What's good, everyone? Jets take off 24-9. We lose to the Ravens at home in a very embarrassing game, to say the least. I was not impressed or happy, and it starts with the offense. The offense was absolutely disgusting with Joe Flacco. The offensive line could not block. It wasn't just Max Mitchell. Laken Tomlinson was struggling big time. George Fant, Connor McGovern, no one was blocking up front, and Flacco is immobile, so he was running around, taking sacks, doing stupid decisions. And they were good at moving the football while running the football with the running backs, but then we had some bad errors, like that fumble from Breece Hall. It was very ill-timed. Michael Carter he was one of the better players in this game. He did great running the football, but he missed that easy, wide-open walk-in touchdown reception. So it's just, today's main theme was failing when it matters most. And I think something that summarizes this whole thing is Corey Davis. He had that drop early on in the game. And as soon as the game's out of reach and we're not going to win it, then that's when he starts wanting to make these tough catches where he's getting hit, but he's holding onto the ball. And that's when the offensive line wants to step it up a little bit more. And that's when these wide receivers are somehow getting more open. When everything starts to get lost, then the team starts to decide, hey, you know what, we're actually going to play better now. But it's already too late, and it doesn't matter. So Flacco, I was very unimpressed from his performance today, honestly. I thought Mike White should have came in the game in the third quarter, to be completely honest. The offensive line, they deserve a lot of blame for his performance, but so does he. He was playing terrible. He threw ducks. That one interception was absolutely horrendous. So the offense was bad. The blame is on Mike LaFleur, too, for not adjusting his game plan to Joe Flacco, because he knows that Joe Flacco is an immobile quarterback, and the Ravens are a blitz-heavy team. They weren't even necessarily blitzing a lot, but they were getting a ton of pressure on us. He should have adjusted. Keep these two tight end sets, chip these defensive ends. But no, we did not see any of that. So the offense is really where I'm angry. Greg Zuerlein missed a field goal too, so I swear to God, if he have some more kicker nightmares, unbelievable. Then maybe we should have kept Eddie Pinheiro, because he was perfect at the end of last season. And once you have kicking problems, it's bad, very, very bad. Teams literally lose seasons because of bad kicker performances. But the defense, they were good in the first half. Second half, it really fell off. They were playing with a lot of heart and fight in the first half, which I loved. They were sticking in. But then when the second half came around, it's like they just it's like the notch went down 2 notches, and the effort it just wasn't there. The intensity was not there. Missed assignments on that one touchdown to Bateman. Missed assignments. But overall, I was impressed with their first half performance. I did want to see some more sacks. That is something that is unacceptable, is how he got no sacks on Lamar Jackson, considering the fact that Ronnie Staley was not playing. Tyler Linderbaum, a center rookie, was playing in his first ever game, and then Jawan Jennings, who didn't play football for a year and a half, was playing. He got hurt, and then it was their third string left tackle, and we still could not get any pressure. That is embarrassing, and it's inexcusable, and that lies on the coaching staff, but especially the players. The players themselves need to step it up, because they're getting paid big money on that defensive line, and for them to get, I think, 1 sack total, it's unacceptable, and it's embarrassing. I understand it's a tough task to contain Lamar Jackson, so you can only do so much. Lamar is just a freak athlete. He's unreal with the ball in his hands for playing quarterback. He can always escape no matter how talented you are, but I still would have liked to see us contain him a little bit more. The secondary was not too impressive. DJ Reed was okay. He was probably the best cornerback today. Sauce Gardner had a pretty solid game too. I think my defensive MVP, though, was Quan Alexander, because he gave it his all. He had so much effort today. It was really nice to see him have those hard hits and run and fly to the football. Michael Carter is the slot corner too. He did a really good job for us until he got hurt, which is a shame. If we lose him, it's going to be a massive blow for this defense. That's kind of it. So the offense was the main problem from today. I'm very unimpressed. And if next week, if Joe Flacco starts to struggle, I think it's Mike White time until Zach comes back, because at least Mike White's maybe a little bit more mobile and he can move around in the pocket, whereas Joe Flacco is a statue. We saw him trying to run. He's an old man, but this is unacceptable for week 1 at home on 9/11. Coach Sala said this is going to be a fun day. It was not a fun day. This is reminiscent of last season, which is blowouts where we know the game is over pretty much once the second half starts. That cannot happen. 9 points. 9 points. It's bad. The offensive line has got to step up next week against the Cleveland Browns. I like our odds in that game, but clearly the offense has to be the one to step it up. Because if we're not scoring, we're not winning against that talented Browns defense. But I was impressed with Garrett Wilson. He was another player before I end this video. I was very impressed with Garrett Wilson. He's got to get more snaps. The coaching staff needs him in the game more often than not. You can see he really is a playmaker. And Flacco was trying to target him a lot. So clearly he likes him. So he should get in the game more since Flacco trusts him. I guess another good player performance, like I said, is Michael Carter. Michael Clemens was disrupting. Jermaine Johnson had a solid game, even though it wasn't on the stat sheet. You could see his effort. You could see him relaying defensive calls and communicating with his players. You love to see it. So yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on this game as a whole. I'm not impressed, and I'm kind of frustrated, man. I had so much hopes for Week 1 at home, first home game, 9-11 in New York for a New York football team, and we score 9 points and we get embarrassed. Unacceptable. So yeah, let me know what you all think about this. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.